What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Rando Commando Show. You guys know us and the drill by now. We take something random and we talk about it. I'm Jonesy, he's Ethanuel. Let's get into today's topic. Freedom! So today on the show, if you haven't really noticed, we're sporting our great red, white, and blue things. We're celebrating Independence Day, 4th of July, that kind of thing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to present to you guys 5 things you might not have known about Independence Day. Number 1, as American as apple pie? We've all heard the phrase, as American as apple pie, but the fact is that apple pie is not all that American. The dessert has roots in other cultures before America even existed. Only one breed of apple is indigenous to North America, but early European settlers brought many kinds of apples to the colonies, along with the original recipe for the pie. So apple pie is not American classic.
Oh.
Wow.
But I like apple pie.
Well, I do too, but that doesn't mean that it's, your turn.
My turn? Okay. Flag legend. That story we all know and love about Philadelphia seamstress Betsy Ross and the American flag might be just that. A story.
Whoa.
Historians have found no evidence of her involvement with the design of the nation's flag. While she did make flags for Pennsylvania state ships, there is no record of her meeting with George Washington or other colonial leaders to come up with the flag. Wow. My mind's being blown already.
Right?
In fact, the tale was formulated 94 years later when one of Ross's grandsons told the story to the Historical Society of Pennsylvania in 1870, just before the country's centennial in 1876. The idea of a humble seamstress designing a flag was impossible to resist.
That's definitely something that you're taught all the time.
Right, definitely
yeah,
going.
Betsy Ross made the flag.
Right, and it was like going like.
May not be true.
Yeah. I just remember growing up, and that was one of key history, who made who put the design for the American flag, and Betsy Ross.
Right, and it could be she's attributed to it, but there's no actual factual historical document that says Betsy Ross made this.
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. Here's a good one. The 2nd of July? The 2nd of July may truly be the appropriate day to mark Independence Day. It was on July 2nd, 1776 that Congress actually ruled in favor of independence from Great Britain. Only 2 founding fathers signed on July 4th, John Hancock and Charles Thompson, though the vote for actual independence took place on July 2nd. From then on, the 4th became the day that was celebrated as the birth of American independence.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was actually, a couple people signed on the 4th. There's another thing too that says that most of the other signees didn't even sign it until August.
Wow.
And it's so it's not all, we're Independence Day, one day out of the year. And it's well, it was kind of more than that, but that's when it was officially adopted. And
right.
So it's okay.
Some popular facts about 4th of July deaths and birthdays. The 4th of July is not only a day of celebration, but also a time to commemorate the lives of 3 U.S. presidents. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson passed away within hours of each other on July 4th, 1826. In 1831, James Monroe also died on Independence Day. However, July 4th is also a day to celebrate a presidential birthday. U.S. President Calvin Coolidge was born on July 4th, 1872.
3 presidents dying on Independence Day. It's just kind of wow, that's kind of interesting. And then one being born on Independence Day. So there you go. Kind of a fun thing.
Maybe we'll get a couple more presidents born on.
Maybe. Who knows? Okay, and the last one here. Millions of fireworks. 4th of July celebrations are synonymous with fireworks. Go figure. Americans import $307.8 million worth of these colorful exploding pyrotechnics every year. That's a lot of money for fireworks. But be careful. Fireworks are also notoriously dangerous. According to NBC News, fireworks sent 11,000 people to the emergency room in 2016. Also, according to Esurance and the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, 4th of July is the worst day of the year for fatal car crashes. So drive safely and don't drive intoxicated.
Wow. Some of those facts, I said, there's only maybe one or a couple things that I know, but I didn't know a lot of that. So we also appreciate the fact that a group of men decided that we weren't going to be part,
the British Empire.
Of the British Empire,
yeah.
So they decided to make this country free to us. So just give it some thought. Just don't make, just because they deserve to be at least thought about.
Right, definitely. Also, in these are just a few topics that things you might not have known. I'll put the link in the description for the whole article. You can go look at it. There's a whole bunch of different facts in there, but this is all the time that we had just for these few. But yeah, definitely do some research and find out some of the history of why we did what we did and who we are and that kind of thing, because it's really important stuff that everybody should know.
All right, guys. Well, I'm Ethanuel. This is Jonesy, and we are the Rando Commandos celebrating July 4th and signing off for today.